We're going to have our triangle reads. Our guys are going to be key in a triangle. We speak a lot here in terms of reading triangles, seeing triangles, what's happening in your triangle. Well, as we'll see here in a second, we'll talk about what they're looking at and seeing that triangle. And that triangle can change. And that uncovered lineman, if I'm in my triangle and I'm an uncovered lineman, I've got to be using those eyes. I've got to be looking at my eyes. I've got to be playing with my eyes, not just my body, but my eyes as well. And then when a man comes to my gap, I attack that gap. I attack that gap. Okay? So if I'm a right guard and I'm uncovered and that defensive end takes a spike inside, I see him, I'm going to attack it. I'm going to attack the gap. I'm going to attack the man that's coming into that gap violently, forcefully, and verbally. When that guy comes into my gap, I'm going to yell, switch, at the top of my lungs, and now that adjacent offensive lineman next to me knows, hey, that guy's got him. I better be looking for something else coming over the top or something else coming from the outside. Here's an example of a three-man slide here, okay? And then the triangle reads are involved in it. The backside post hand has to feel the defensive lineman and keep his eyes in his gap to the linebacker. So in this picture right here, I've got a three-man slide. Well, there's my triangle. The nose guard, defensive end, to backer. There's the three hands that I spoke about. The offensive center, two hands on the nose guard. The guard with his backside hand, being the third hand, eyeing gap to backer. By eyeing the gap to the backer, I can see now, does that defensive end coming inside, or is that backer hitting my gap, or is it all staying the same, where now, if everything stays the same, I'm going to stop the nose guard penetration. The key to this, I am stopping the nose guard from penetrating here. We cannot have penetration where? In the A-gaps. Cannot have A-gap penetration here. So that's my triangle. That's the triangle I'm keying. And our players all understand what this triangle is. As this is going along, and now this defensive end, he wants to spike inside. Well, now that triangle changes. Now that triangle changes. Now the triangle just moved over because I've got covered lineman, covered lineman. Hey, well, now that triangle begins right there with that guard tackle working to the next thing out. So we all understand talking in terms of the triangle here for our guys. Offensive tackles, talking about the set. If we are in a slide, we want that offensive tackle to take a vertical set. That offensive tackle can take a vertical set, and now we're staying in nice proportion here, creating that curve, that umbrella, that bell shape that we're talking about for the quarterback to set up in. Because one, we've stopped nose guard penetration, we've vertical set here, and we've created that cup, that perfect cup, everything where that quarterback knows he's protected.